All right, welcome back to Fleccas Talks, the podcast, episode 85. Today on the show, state-enforced homosexuality is finally here as everyone is being forced to watch the LGBT pride paraders have sex in the streets. Then, school's out for summer and so are the guns in this week's Urban Decay. A guy wins a women's poker tournament, and we're going to go through our theories as to how and why he did. And last but not least, RRB and I went to Ruth's Chris, and let's just say we're going to need to talk to Ruth. All this and more, it's Fleccas Talks, the podcast, episode 85, ranked the best new podcast of all time.
Because words are just words until action actually starts. And actions speak louder than words, but at the same time, words speak louder than actions because sometimes it's the right thing to do. Very cool. Very cool.
Fleccas Talks, the podcast, featuring Richard Bradboy.
All right, this week's episode is brought to you by our friends over at My Patriot Supply. Guys, things are not looking good. I'm sure you see the news every day. Things are spiraling out of control. We have supply chain issues, food shortages, all kinds of horrible things. Now is the time to stock up on what matters most. Preparewithfleccas.com is the website. Get their very popular 3-month emergency food kit. When you order a 3-month emergency food kit from My Patriot Supply, you will also receive a bonus bundle of essential survival gear worth over $200. Absolutely free. And as always, they are giving away free shipping. Massive. Guys, now is not the time to not have an emergency food kit on hand. Get as many as you need. They come in perfect 3-month supplies. They're easy to store. They don't go bad. Go to preparewithfleccas.com right now. Tell them Fleccas sent you. Let's get back to housekeeping. All right. Thank you, My Patriot Supply, for supporting the show so many times.
Yeah, good for them. Good for us.
Yeah, of course. And it's always good to have an emergency food kit because you know the world is going to probably end soon.
Yeah, power grid. You're still on the power grid, aren't you?
Yeah. All right, let's get into some good action. We have a very important housekeeping. We have 4 pages of housekeeping today.
Crazy.
And honestly, it's probably one of my favorite housekeepings I've ever written.
Wow.
So, all right, first things first, as always, we're going to cover what is causing heart attacks and blood clots this week. The first thing says Mondays?
Yeah, new study finds people are more likely to have serious heart attacks on Mondays.
Oh, okay.
Someone's got a case of the Mondays. Explodes. I mean, that one, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like we might even be repeating. Have we mentioned that before? Or, I mean...
I don't keep track.
Okay, yeah.
So Monday's the day of the week. Good thing today's Friday.
Yeah,
Because
wow.
everyone's safe. And then also we found this old study that it was an old, expose, I guess, that Harvard was caught taking bribes to, what it says here, Harvard scientists caught taking bribes to publish false research about causes of heart attack.
Yeah, and that was like back in the day, Big Sugar, the candy companies and all that or whatever. They wanted to blame it on meat, red meat.
Yeah.
So point the finger. Harvard guys got their palms greased and said, all right, we're cool with that.
Good to know that Harvard is willing to take bribes to make up causes for heart attacks. Same Harvard that accepted David Hogg with 1270 SATs. Same Harvard that lets Lori Lightfoot teach there.
Yep, immediately.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah, and history changes, but people say the same. People can be bought, and if you give them a nice fat research grant that they can hire 3 research assistants with and live life nicely, they might be willing to stretch something.
Yeah, here's $4 million. All right, what do you want it to say?
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
You fill it out, I'll sign it.
Exactly. Moving on, unrelated to heart attacks and blood clots, but kind of related, AI could kill all humans within 2 years.
Yeah, this the Prime Minister of the UK said this. He warned that artificial intelligence system will be powerful enough to kill many humans within the next 2 years.
Wow. So you think Ron DeSantis can handle that? Or I'm sorry, Ron DeSantis. He doesn't like when you pronounce it wrong. It's Ron DeSantis.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah, he doesn't like when you mispronounce it. You know what name's easy to pronounce? Trump.
That's why I'm voting.
Yeah. Ron DeSantis, we have a little bit of a Ron DeSantis update. He gave an interview the other day where he was saying how Kim Jong-un he's murderous dictator.
Yeah.
Kim Jong-un's a murderous dictator. Oh, wow, Ron. What a base take, Ron.
Groundbreaking.
Oh, that's groundbreaking stuff. You know what's an actual base take that takes a little bit of risk and a little bit of, truth behind it?
What?
I don't mind Kim Jong-un.
Yeah.
You're
teetering.
He kind of grew on me towards the end. He grew on me.
As a guy, yeah. As a guy. He's
funny. He likes Trump. He writes letters to Trump.
Yeah. He jails like children, though, so I'm going to balance you out here. I'm going to balance you out a little bit.
Kim Jong-un, not that bad. Grew on me towards the end. Oh, I'm Ron DeSantis. I think John McCain's a war hero. I like the Bushes. It's like that's worse than saying Kim Jong-un's not that bad in my mind.
True.
Yeah. And then also with Ron DeSantis, he's always doing this.
Yeah. But I was going to say the Kim Jong-un thing, this is like, what good does it help you to condemn someone you're eventually going to have to like deal with?
That's what I'm saying.
And that's like a Democrat thing. Like, I condemn Putin, blah, blah, blah. It's like, you're going to have to talk to him about something.
You know, that gives him points? Like,
if you get elected.
Oh, wow, you condemn Putin. It's like, oh, he's murderous. Everyone kills people. Have you ever heard of our government?
Yeah, you ever seen Obama's stats?
So it's like, oh, everyone's a murderous dictator.
Yeah.
And they think they have the high ground. I won't do Kim Jong-un, murderous dictator. And Ron DeSantis always going like this. Oh, I'm Ron DeSantis. And he always like furls his eyebrow like he's trying to convince us he's got that dog in him.
He's really thinking.
Yeah, like, oh, look at me. I'm a guy who has it. I got it.
Yeah.
I got it. You can trust me to be the president. Look at my face. I have a very busy face.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I see right through that, Ron. You don't have the dog in you. I wish you did. You could have marinated a little longer until 2028, but you had to do it now.
Yep.
So you get featured on the podcast.
Yep.
You know who just announced for president and actually looks decent?
Pence, Chris Christie?
Mike Pence.
Yeah.
He
looks decent.
I mean, think about it. He was with Trump, but he's more like, measured and sensible. He wore that cool leather vest biking outfit, so he's kind of like a cool guy.
Very relatable.
He kind of might be the contender that no one sees coming.
Yeah, Pence is the dark horse, condemning January 6th people and saying Trump wanted him to overturn the Constitution.
Yeah, and he's like a nice man. He has that great Karen wife. Him and Nikki Haley team up. We're in trouble.
Kiss it goodbye, Donald.
Yeah, see ya, Don. Have fun. I would endorse that ticket for $500,000 after taxes.
What did Nikki Haley do? She raised her hand that one time?
Oh, yeah. She raised her hand. Nikki Haley. Nikki with 2 Ks, president.
So you'd endorse them for what? $500K, $500,000? Brinks truck pulls up?
Yeah, Brinks truck pulls up. Beep, beep. Right over here. And then you can dump it on me. And then it's $500K after taxes.
Yeah.
So it's like
he's for sale, guys.
$850K or whatever. After taxes, $500K. Let's get it done, Mike.
Yep.
It's time for Mike Pence.
Yeah.
All seriousness, Ron DeSantis, there was a recent, I think, ad that their team put out that didn't make much sense to me. Let's check it out right here.
Yeah, it was a little off-brand, I thought.
Yeah.
Ron DeSantis, whoever's in charge of your PR, I mean, you got to fire this guy.
And I've partnered with Gas Station TV to celebrate my presidential campaign. For a limited time, when you order a meatball sub inside, you'll also receive a free I'm voting for Ron DeSantis and I eat at the gas station t-shirt. So if you're a true American patriot who likes to chow down on road meat, please buy my meatballs, wear my shirt, and help me defeat the woke mind virus.
I mean, a lot of people eat at the gas station, so I get that. But I don't think you should be like embracing it or like excited about it. Oh, I'm Ron. I voted for Ron and I eat at the gas station. It's like you shouldn't lead with that.
I really want that T-shirt. So that's just me.
Me too. But the only problem is I can't wear a T-shirt that says I'm voting for Ron DeSantis, even if it's a bit,
even if it's layered in irony, even if it's got a cloak of irony over it.
And then I just can't have those words on me.
But for $500K, Pence, baby. Pence and Nikki Haley.
I could wear Free Big Don all day.
True.
But yeah, I can't wear a shirt that says I voted for...
I'm voting for Ron DeSantis.
And I eat at the gas station, even though I do eat at the gas station. And eating at the gas station is not bad. That's the future.
Yeah, you've been saying that for a while.
Yeah.
Like they're making people poor and inflation. They want you to eat at 7-Eleven. Get the hot dog and the big gulp.
Yep, that's the future for food, is you go eat shit food from a shit place that shouldn't be serving food.
Yeah, eat the slop.
Yeah. Okay, moving on. Guys, we need you, as always, to tickle this post. Let's juice the algo. It goes a long way. Make sure you hit the like button. Thank you.
Thank you.
And then
Give
leave
you a second to do it.
And leave us a comment as well. Tickle the algo. Juice. What is it? Tickle the post, juice the algo.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Let's leave
saying.
our little tickle juice for us. It goes a long way. It's helped all the videos.
Yep.
So and now it's like half the comments are just tickle. which I love to see. All right, no doppelgangers this week for me. Same for you. We don't do them anymore, but
No, I got a little slate. I got a slate. First, we got you. You got a professional headshot for work for LinkedIn, I think. Mm-hmm. There's you.
That does look like my hair. That neck area, that's like a goiter.
Next, yeah, it's a goiter. Next, we have Tubi. The Tubi, apparently Tubi is like a channel or like a digital channel thing, and they do very low budget films. So you got cast as Jesus in the
Jesus.
Tubi. Yeah, Fat Jesus.
Fat Jesus.
In the Tubi original, so that was good for you. Then you came to Comic-Con or something.
If you see the movie Big Mouth or the TV show Big Mouth, there's an episode in there that I'm surprised if they didn't get that right out of my memory.
So yeah, you're predicting shows. You're a Comic-Con guy. You show up in the outfit. Good for you. These are all you. This is like a great batch.
Well, that guy has a mask on, so we don't know what he even looks like.
Oh, yeah, I can fill in the blank. AI generative Phil shows me he's you. And then here's your last one. You got a good one after all the fat guys.
Oh, there's me. There's me. Knocking that giant guy out. There's me.
Yeah, the first three also you, but we don't do doppelgangers anymore, so don't worry about it.
Thanks. I can't believe I don't have any for you this week. The one week I don't. I thought we were going to really skip it over.
Nope.
And now I hope you didn't ruin the podcast.
25 people plus sent me that Fat Jesus one, so the fans really wanted that in there. So
Hope it doesn't ruin the podcast.
yeah. Hope it doesn't.
We got an hour and 20 minutes left.
I'd hate to see you let it get in the way. It seems like a you problem. I'm ready to go.
All right, let's clear it out. We need to move on. We have 2 more pages of housekeeping, 2.5 pages. Okay, really quick. We didn't mention this in the Ron DeSantis part. That right there.
What?
The collage. These are ABC's presidential election campaign producers and reporters. So obviously we're coming into the election, 2024.
Yep.
We're going to kind of need to know these people or at least be familiar with them. So I'll read one. We'll go top left to right.
Yep.
I'll read one, then you read one, and then I'll read one, then you read one. Gabriella Abdul Hakim.
All right, Hannah DeMissy.
All right, Julie Turner.
Nick. 1,000, 1,000. Kerr.
I tried to set you up.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, nice name. Is that Steve Kerr's son, or is this a different? Because Steve Kerr's son is also named Nick.
Yeah, that might be him.
And it's the end of the white man. We got 2 white men here. It's mostly women and some minorities. So see you later, white guys.
So what was that guy's name, top right?
I said it once. Don't worry about it.
Well, I think everyone got it.
What?
You think everyone got it? Like what happened?
Yeah, I think so. And here's the
You wanna
close-up.
just say
Here's the
his
close-up.
name one more time?
No, I'm not going to say it one more time.
To make sure everyone
Here it
gets
is. Put the close-up image up there. You guys can read it if you
Oh,
like.
man. That is funny. Okay, Pride Month is here. Happy Pride Month.
Thank you.
Pride Month started off with Elliot Page, or what's his name,
Ellen, and then she changed it to Elliot. Got the tits off, got the
six-pack implants.
the abs implanted, yeah.
All right, so Elliot Page got Jussie Smollett on the day her book came out, and then they said someone tried to attack them and said, "I'm gonna gay bash you."
Yeah, the exact quote is, and this was in L.A., so MAGA country, as we know, but transphobic attack, "I'm going to fucking gay bash you." So it's like, I'm going to do a hate crime. Welcome to hell, Elliot.
You lesbian bitch. Yeah. Oh, that's pretty good. So it's like a Jussie Smollett situation.
Yeah, and look at this picture, because we're not going to breeze past this. Look at little Elliot, little boy, his abs. Look at those. Defined. He got the work done.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
That's doing it right.
What were you going to say? It's a good thing that Elliot's a little boy now.
I was going to say, good thing she's a boy now. She can defend herself against the hate crime.
Yeah, exactly.
Those ab muscles really can help against the street rat. It probably could have just been an LA street rat. There's like a
if
million
you believe
of those.
it's not totally made up.
If it
could have
happened, then it was just some random crackhead who's like, "I'm going to bash you."
been. Yeah.
She was
mean,
like, "Oh,
And so
that'll help with the book."
So little Elliot, had the book release on June 6th, and we're seeing kind of a PR blitz happening from young Ellen Page. It's
Yeah.
like, I used to have sex with my co-star on Juno. What was the other one? Like, I broke out in shingles while filming Inception because it was all the white men around me. Like, just the weirdest headlines you can imagine. But this one was a favorite of ours too. Elliot Page says his estranged dad likes hate posts about him online.
What was the other thing that I forgot to mention?
Yeah, so Elliot Page has revealed to the Los Angeles Times that she realized she was transgender when she started hearing and talking to a voice in her head, followed by a psychotic episode of self-harm. Days later, a doctor gave approval for her breast to be removed. And so
basically, it's like if you hear a voice in your head tell you to do something,
doctors will sign off on it.
Yeah, you caught a demon. What does the demon want you to do? I'm a doctor. We'll listen to the demon.
No. It was a small voice, barely discernible, but echoing in his head, a way out. It was as if something in my brain turned around, recalls Page, now 36. The agonizing voice saying, no, you're not. No, you can't just switched and became very gentle and loving. I don't even get what they're saying. Oh, maybe I'm trans. Why don't I explore that? And then, within weeks, there's a Zoom meeting with a doctor to discuss getting the titties off.
Now, I wonder if this is a sound train of thought. Ready? You sell your soul to the devil, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, that kind of removes God's protection on you. And then the demons come in, and then they
start feasting.
And they operate you like a Muppeteer or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Marionette.
Yeah.
That makes sense, right?
Yeah, the verbiage on the puppeteering and marionetting doesn't really matter when we're talking about a demon taking control.
That's what it is. It's the plankton in SpongeBob's brain, and then now you go do stuff that the Legion of Demons wants you to do.
Yeah, but man, so annoying. We just get PR blitzed by Elliot.
Yeah, and during Pride Month especially, it's all obviously together. And I was thinking about Pride Month, what do I take pride in? It's I take pride in accomplishments. Mm-hmm. I take pride in progress towards a goal. I take pride in bits.
Yeah.
And it's these other people take pride in getting fucked by a guy.
Yeah, that's their main source of pride is what they do, what kind of glucking and sucking they do. So it's bad.
Yeah. Also, really quick, we have to acknowledge this from last week. People have been saying on the audio-only version of the show, they're getting a lot of pro-Pride Month ads.
Yeah, basically, a couple of people have tweeted that we got ads for Dawn partnering with Can't Cancel Pride.
Yeah, so it is twink shit, but let it. That's perfect. I actually prefer that. Obviously, I can't pick what ads go on the audio only, but it's isn't that good that the people are doing an ad spend that will never come to fruition?
Yeah.
They're spending their money on people that'll never listen or care.
It's just like yelling in a giant empty forest. Hey!
Yeah.
Hey!
They take 40 cents and they just went, boop, they just threw it away.
Wishing well.
All right, new Guinness Book of World Record just dropped. Most broken wood beams on a guy's crotch from falling.
Yeah, and we could have had this one.
I think I could have beat this. All you need to do is this. Ah! He could have got hurt if one of those wood things fell and then he got impaled.
Oh yeah, he could have got hurt.
I could have done that though. I could have done that better.
But there you go, some random, obscure, nothing accomplishment that the Guinness Book of World Records is trying to get you to pay attention to, I guess.
Yeah. I could have done that better because I'm heavier, so I would have fallen faster.
No. No, you wouldn't have.
I know. 9.81.
9.8 meters per second per second?
Yeah.
The force of gravity,
That's
the
the
terminal
part
velocity?
that always confused me in college. I knew 9.81 meters per second, but then when they started saying per second, I was like, I'm not doing that second.
Because it's acceleration, right?
I'm not doing the second per second.
I don't do that.
Yeah, so I hear per second, you fall 9.81 per second, done. Per second, it's that's where it's oh, -1, I equals -1. It's no, it doesn't.
All right.
Okay, moving on.
Well, you failed every class. Not failed, but you got a C.
I got through all my classes, is how I like to say it.
Yeah.
As we said last week, the drink of summer is Arnold Palmer's. I've been making them at home. They're very good. Unsweetened iced tea, and then low sugar. I have 0 sugar lemonade, which was a mistake. Low sugar lemonade is probably the right move.
Yeah.
And now people are asking, I don't know if you've gotten these messages, what's the sandwich of summer going to be?
I haven't gotten any of those, so go ahead and just tell us.
So I'm not ready to answer that, but I am tempted to say banh mi.
I get that.
I've been eating a lot of banh mi's lately. They're fantastic. They're refreshing.
It's springy.
It's very springy. That cucumber, that jalapeno, the carrots. It got some stuff like an oily drizzle on it. Got good meat in the thing, good bread. I'm tempted to say banh mi, but also in the running is egg salad on white bread. But the problem is I'm kind of biased. I already blew that out because I made so much. I made like 20 egg salad for like the week or whatever. And I ate it for 3 days and then just got sick of it. And then it's been rotting in my fridge.
Yeah.
So I don't want that bias to play into it, but it's kind of more American than banh mi. Like banh mi is like some Chinese thing.
It's Vietnamese. But yes.
So, and as an American, July 4th coming up, we don't want to be eating banh mi's.
But they're pretty good. But they're good.
Especially following Vietnam.
Yeah.
So let us know in the comments, are you guys team egg salad on white or are you team banh mi? I'm team banh mi right now.
Yeah. We're still on page 3 of housekeeping, so thank God we got the banh mi egg salad stuff.
Okay. We have moved on. We're on page 3. Look what we see. What we have. We have a lot. Okay. We're going to go through this quick. We're not that bad on time.
All right.
We've been taking the Rob approach lately. Remember, Rob, obviously, yesterday after tennis, me and my buddy had ceviche.
Yeah.
So Richard Rapoy and I worked out the other day, and then we're like, hey, let's get some cold seafood after, a little bit of ceviche after tennis, if you will.
Basically,
right?
yeah. Seafood Tower is what we're...
So we did a run, and then we're like, let's go to Seafood Tower. Let's go to Ruth's Chris. You're probably thinking, you live in New Orleans, the seafood capital of the world. You're going to go to Ruth's Chris?
Yeah.
And the answer is yes, because we can't risk going to a restaurant and having it be a crap restaurant that shouldn't exist and then getting like shit seafood. Mm-hmm. So we went to Ruth's Chris, a place we've been to before, and we know the Ruth's Chris standard, or at least we thought we did. So we get there. First things first, they only have one menu. Not a huge deal. We know what we want, but I am making a list of wrongs, so I do have to mention that.
Of course.
Then the waiter tells us, oh yeah, Seafood Tower, we don't have that. That got 86 today. Which is weird because Ruth's Chris in New Orleans, the seafood capital of the world, should never not be able to supply a seafood tower to people, right?
I agree. Yeah.
So then I said, okay, no seafood tower. Let's miscellaneous grab bag what we can. We'll do shrimp cocktail on ice, right? That comes. This is what it looked like. This is the Ruth's Chris shrimp cocktail for $22. Those 4 shrimp like that.
Yeah.
What should a shrimp cocktail look like for $22, Richard?
It should be an absolute gorilla finger. A shrimp that you don't think could be that big.
Yeah.
It should be huge.
It should be a prawn.
Yeah. It should be meaty.
They should say, hey, this is actually mislabeled. These are basically prawns.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So that happened. And then we're talking to the waitress. And then the waitress goes, oh, I never heard of aioli.
We got some calamari, and then it came without a sauce, and we're like, hey, can we get some sauce or something? And she's like, well, there's kind of a sauce on it. And we're like, yeah, is there anything to dip it in? And then she was like, oh, no, nothing. And I go, is there anything commonly ordered with this that people get? Like, just give me an inspiration. We need a sauce. Yeah,
because she tried to say, oh, it comes with sauce on it. And it's like, yes, we know that. And then we already thought of that and then thought we want more sauce.
Yeah.
So I know it already comes with sauce on it, but we're kind of past that.
And I was like, do you have an aioli or something? And she just goes, I've never heard of that. It's like you're waitress at a high-end steakhouse. Shouldn't you kind of know a little bit? You're supposed to know wines. You're supposed to know stuff.
Yeah. So exactly. So $22 shrimp cocktail looks like that. Person never heard of aioli. There was one menu and the 86 is Seafood Tower. Where's Ruth?
Yeah. Let me speak to Ruth, please.
I'd like to talk to Ruth, please. And then I kind of realized, too, it's like Ruth's Chris is like an old school, like corporate steakhouse, but like an old school, like establishment where basically they did it right for a while. Mm-hmm. And like they did it right for a while with the older people, especially the boomers, whatever. They did it right. And now they're a corporate steakhouse that's doing it right, but barely. And the only reason they are is because like, this job makes me do this weird shit.
Yeah.
It's not like, they used to do it right and know why they were doing it right and take pride in their work.
And the wisdom got passed on. This guy's like, I've been a waiter here for 10 years. Like, I support a family on this because the checks are $300,
And now it's like, we got to do it right because they make us follow all these rules.
Yeah.
So basically, once the boomers die, the next generations are going to just slowly get more and more fucked, and no one's going to know how to do anything, or no one's going to have like a high standard.
There's a reset of standards that's going to happen, I think.
Yeah,
right?
big time.
So.
And it's not looking good. And then like the future is just people who don't know what 3 times 3 times 3 is.
And then the prices go up and the prices are high, but you're not getting the service and the standards. And then it's like, what? And then inflation, and then you're dead. All of a sudden you're dead and you never enjoyed anything.
Oh, we ran out of menus. It's like, well, the restaurant's empty.
Yeah.
And it's 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
So what happened? Ruth's Chris, 5.5 out of 10. If you're in the Ruth's Chris, any sort of Ruth's Chris department, message us. We deserve $500 gift card for free. And we'll redo the review if you give us a massive gift card. Yeah. All right. And also for the record, I've never had a botched Chinese food order. Whenever I go to a Chinese restaurant or order Chinese food online, comes exactly how I want. I get more stuff than I ordered. I think I probably told the show audience this before, but there's a little trick. When you order Chinese food, especially on the phone, if you just order everything, hey, General Tso's, steamed dumplings, extra dumpling sauce, egg rolls, and then you say, and whatever free thing you can throw in, we'll take that as well. And they go, oh, okay, yeah. And then something comes every time, it says free on it. Just say, and whatever free thing you can add, we'll take that too. Oh, okay. And they give you free shit.
Smart.
Yeah,
Smart.
I've done that for years. All right. We're moving on. We're fine on time.
Crazy to me. We're talking about Ruth's Chris, guys. Are we off the rails here? Is this
No,
nuts?
this is good. This is one of our better episodes.
All right.
Okay. We have new Rob lore. Did you hear the new news?
Yes.
You did?
Yeah, I did.
Rob took his Vespa to a business meeting in Miami Beach.
I just took my Vespa, my scooter, to a business lunch in Miami Beach and got caught in a torrential downpour.
And he got caught in a torrential downpour. Rob took his Vespa to a business lunch in Miami Beach and he got caught in a downpour. We need a new song for that.
Yeah.
People are talking about it too. Did you see this guy in the grocery store?
What guy? Oh, yeah.
Hey, you hear that Rob drove his Vespa down to a business meeting in Miami Beach? You didn't hear about that?
No.
He's
He didn't hear about it. So everyone's talking about it.
Yeah.
Rob took his Vespa to a business lunch in Miami Beach and got caught in a downpour.
It's like a Mad Lib.
Are you listening? Do you hear what I'm saying? Do you hear the words coming out of my mouth? Are you guys like, I don't know, is everyone losing it like I am? It's important. This is top 10 Rob shit.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Okay, we're gonna pace through the rest of this.
Okay.
Because we are going a little long now. Moving on. Oregon City. Remember last week or 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Oregon City had the thing, name the truck, name the garbage truck.
The street sweeper.
And we all said Snarf Snarf O'Banion. And if that's too weird, obviously Rob Smith would be a good name.
Yeah.
So we had people actually submit that.
Yeah, some people actually went. We got a photo here. Snarf Snarf, street sweeper name. But, obviously we didn't have the numbers to do anything substantial. I'm sure something else won, some other name won.
We'll keep track, yeah. But there is another call to action similar, but this one is naming a sauna boat.
But I have important news. I need your help. We have a problem. We need a name. We need a great name for the floating sauna. And we are inviting you to help name us. Now, I know somebody's going to put in their Bodie McBoatface, but that will not be the name. That's already been taken.
So there's another opportunity.
Yeah.
I think a good name for that sauna would be Snarf Snarf O'Banion, or maybe just Snarf Snarf.
Yes.
And if that's too weird, Rob Smith is like a nice, normal American name.
Yep.
Guys, I really want one of these to hit so bad.
So let's say just Snarf Snarf.
Snarf Snarf.
And don't do O'Banion, just say Snarf Snarf. And we're going to link it in the show notes.
Yep.
But yeah, we want this floating sauna to be named Snarf Snarf, okay? So let's put all our energy towards that because we need a dub. We've been trying.
We need a dub.
We've been trying with, the street sweeper, but the floating sauna, that's good enough for me, right?
Yeah, me too.
So everyone, let's stick to Snarf Snarf. You can hyphenate it or not, but let's just go Snarf Snarf.
And then maybe even like Snarf Snarf, parentheses, if that's too weird, Rob Smith would be a good name, parentheses. Because guys, if we get one of these hit and there's a boat named Snarf Snarf or Rob Smith or a garbage truck named Snarf Snarf, that's massive squirts.
Yeah, that gives us satisfaction.
I need that to hit bad. Okay, moving on. Last piece of housekeeping. Bonus Land, a little change to Bonus Land. We are off of Patreon and we have launched our own platform, FleccasTalks.com. So if you guys want to see 30 minutes extra of the show that drops immediately at the end of this show, Friday, right now, it's live on FleccasTalks.com. We also, if you sign up for FleccasTalks.com, you get bonus content from Raheem Kassam and Steve Bannon and Steak for Breakfast podcast and Wake Up Right. It's a brand new network all through the National Pulse Plus network. FleccasTalks.com is the website. We are getting off of Patreon. We can't trust Patreon anymore. We don't want to be censored by Patreon. We don't want to have to censor what we're saying. So we've created our own platform, FleccasTalks.com, similar to Mug Club.
Basically, yeah.
Basically, it's Fleccas Mug Club, based Mug Club.
The plan is to double up.
Yep.
Double our episodes, double our bonus
Exactly.
lands, so make it worth your while.
And if we get enough signups in the next few weeks, we're going to take this show public twice a week. So if you like Fleccas Fridays, you'd love Fleccas Tuesdays and Fridays, right? And you'll get bonus land on Fridays, and you're also going to get a mailbag episode that comes out on Sundays. So help us make that happen. Help the show grow. FleccasTalks.com is the website. Sign up today. First month is free.
Yeah.
As Raheem says, first month's on me.
There you go.
All right, let's get going. We're into Cringe of the Week.
Thank God.
All right, first clip of Cringe of the Week. This is actually debatable, but this is like a video that was a TikTok about the average 28-year-old life after college.
It went viral and it sparked a lot of conversation. So we're going to kind of dissect this a little bit, right? Life after college as a normal 28-year-old with a job. Head to my 9 to 5. Computer. Normal guy, good looking, skinny. Takes lunch. Comes home, does the dog. Lets the dog out. Leftovers for lunch. Goes to the gym.
Works out. Gets a haircut, gets home at 5:30. Trains his dog. Takes a shower. And eats some frozen flatbread pizza and a beer. Well, that's basically it, right? Yeah. And he drinks a beer and he watches Hulu.
Yeah, he watches Hulu, drinks a beer. And, a lot of people were like, wow, this is like a trap. This is the worst. What are your thoughts on it? Let's go with you first.
Yeah, me personally, that is a trap and the worst.
Yeah.
But I realize that that's like a normal good life for most people. And
Very.
half the world would wish to be in a situation like that where you're making steady money and everyone you have your own house and you have a dog and you have food.
Yeah, 5 billion people in the world would go like this and take that life, right?
Yeah, that's true.
But we're also talking about people who shit on the train tracks in India.
And they go like this and they eat dirt.
Yeah.
So
they eat that yellow shit. You don't know what it is.
And the guy cuts the meat on his toenail.
Yeah, that's disgusting. All right, but so, the main point is like, this is kind of like a Rorschach test for how you view the world, right? And people are like, oh man, that's like unfulfilling. There's nothing to it. Computer job, you go home, you do your tasks. But I see it as like, that's like a good random Tuesday if you are trying to lose weight,
Or if you exactly.
That's how you maintain. Like, not every day is a fucking beach adventure, right?
That's a good point.
So,
not every day is a fishing trip.
Yeah, Grantley.
That's a good point. And I guess it's like if you threw in like a girlfriend or like a date, maybe,
And this guy has a wedding ring, I think, is the big thing.
He does? Okay.
Yeah.
So then that's different because then you're just grinding and saving money and then you're married, then you have a kid and then the kid is, more entertaining part of the TikTok.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm not discounting it. I don't look down on it. It's just not for me. But that is a solid ticket for a lot of people, and I think that's great. And you can start a family and get a house and buy a house.
Exactly.
So good.
But what I will say is, if you're doing a job like that where you go do the computer, you work to 9 to 5, you want to get out of there as soon as you can, you need to be like saving money, investing, or like betting on your own side business, you know? Do something where like you're trying to get out of that life.
Gambling.
No, that's not what I'm saying at all. But
yeah, like there needs to be a means to an end. There needs to be a light at the end of the tunnel. There needs to be something that you're working towards, that you're building or something, or at least you need to be saving 70% of whatever, you know, the income or whatever.
And say you're working a 9 to 5 like that as an insurance agent or something like that. I think the most thing you need to be doing is like learning every aspect of the business so you can go and do it for yourself. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to be under that 9 to 5 employee type 70K a year forever. You want to go beyond that. So, but
you see both sides.
Exactly. So, I mean, what are your thoughts? Most people assume this is normal. Most people don't do like Tuesday night, grab my surfboard, went on the fucking adventure. Then we got ceviche after tennis.
Yeah,
like it's
I rode my Vespa to a business
life
meeting.
is not like that. There's going to be some day-to-days where you're not eating like a pig. You're losing weight. You're trying to just kind of get through, have a productive day, and set yourself up.
Point.
And this guy's get the weekends off. He's got the weekends off.
Rob's lifestyle has desensitized us to the average American experience.
Yeah.
He has ceviche after tennis on a Wednesday. He takes a Vespa to a business meeting in Miami Beach. Not everyone can do that.
The one thing I will say about this video, it's enough, Rob, for today, I think, to be honest. Let's put that back in. I don't mean to, check you.
You're absolutely right.
But, and so the only thing that I will say is it is very gay to film yourself doing menial tasks a bunch of times a day for TikTok.
Oh, yeah.
So
on top of all this, he's a gay TikToker.
That's the meta of it.
That is the meta of it.
So
it was never that. It was a TikTok the whole time.
I know. So the little shot of him opening up the freezer to get the bread, he's like, he puts the cell phone record, opens it, goes, "Oh, here's my face." Boom. So don't do gay shit like that. You can grind on a normal job.
He was a TikToker the whole time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, that's good stuff. And also, I've done that grind too.
Of course, I have too.
Yeah, for years. My grind was worse than that guy's grind.
Yeah,
I had to wake up at like 5 a.m. and I had to work until like 7 p.m. I had to go out for drinks with clients. And spend all my money in New York City.
Yep.
So I've done it.
That's life in the big city.
Yep. All right, let's move on. The Who Deserves $1,000 clip.
Ugh.
This is one of my faves.
7 of you here. You have to decide who leaves with $1,000.
So I'm black in America, so sucks. Okay. That's why I deserve $1,000.
I'm an immigrant.
So am I.
Wait.
Wait. What if everyone who's not black leaves as a form of reparation?
Holy
and then the three of
Hold
us.
on.
Then the rest of the three of us get to decide who takes $1,000.
So pathetic. It immediately becomes like a victimizing contest.
So embarrassing. And this is like an exact reflection of politics, too.
Yeah.
Like, we're black, we need money, please.
I'm an immigrant. It's like, you guys get everything.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? And then no matter what, everyone agrees that the white people are immediately disqualified.
First, like that.
That's a given. White people, they're out. And then it's like, oh, let's give the black immigrant the $1,000.
My favorite thing is it doesn't even cross anyone's mind to do like some sort of merit-based
That's
rock,
what I
paper,
would
scissors. All right, it's a rock, paper, scissors tournament. We can get this done in 3 minutes, guys. We don't even have to talk.
Literally, it'd be like pair off. We're going to do odds or evens. Winners go over here. And then it's like 3 rounds. We'll find the winner.
Yeah.
But there, it's like they have to humiliate themselves for $1,000.
Shouldn't you be so embarrassed and ashamed if you immediately say, "I'm black, I need money"? Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Like, isn't that like an insult to your own race if you're doing that? I'm black, I need money. All you white people can get out. It's like, well, look at these aren't exactly the top tier white people. We got Fatty Magoo. I'm fat. Imagine being like, I'm stupid. I really need $100.
I'm stupid. $100. It's like, it was 1,000. It's
See?
like, I'm so dumb.
See, even more reason. But man, it's pathetic. And that shows you where we're at. Like the conditioning level, immediately, I'm black, give me money. That's crazy.
Yeah.
You told on yourself there. And then she's wearing the Muslim headdress, so she really thinks she needs it.
My life sucks. Yeah. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. Let's keep our pace.
All right.
To make up for the long housekeeping you made us do.
Yeah.
All right, Starbucks employee strike.
All right, here we go. This is the top employees of the year.
These are all girls, too.
Hi. So, Starbucks announced that we would be closing down the final locations of Starbucks in Ithaca on May 26th. And so we've been working knowing that at the end of the month we would essentially be filed. And we're tired, we're angry, we're really frustrated from being treated like we're less than human, even when we're called criminals. So we are following Common's valiant lead and going on strike.
You guys are so stupid.
You got the girl with the speech impediment to do the speaking role?
Yeah. And then the Starbucks is closing down at the end of the month, so the week before you go on strike, it's like you have no leverage.
You're already gone. They already said you're fired.
And I think people think like, oh, we're going on strike. Like that's like, oh, we're going on strike.
They don't even understand it.
Yeah, going on strike is like they're making us work more hours and paying us less. We're going to shut it down and they're going to lose their profits. They're closing the store in a week. They're going to save more money by not paying you for going on strike. It's already a lost thing. They already closed the store.
The boss found out about strike on social media and goes, all right, no big deal. No big deal. I'll close it up tomorrow.
It's those 5 stupid girls, and it's like, oh, no, who's going to hand someone a coffee now? It's like there's 30 million illegal immigrants here. I would not be throwing away your low-skill labor jobs. Yeah. We're going on strike.
Well, and that's the thing. That's how you know it's just a LARPing thing. It's like they don't know what's effective. And a strike is like, okay, the building foundation is laid. We're not doing any more iron work for this very expensive construction until the bosses are paid less and we're not paying the lobbyist fees. We want that to go to our health care. It's like, no, the store's closed. You guys are done. Single file, get the fuck out.
It's like the most corporate thing too. It's Starbucks. It's like you're just a number of a number. It's like, oh, these 5 locations are done, and these 5 numbers that work there, bye.
Yeah, employee number U141119. Okay, she's gone. Okay, rip.
No, she actually quit a couple days early. It's like, all right,
whatever.
Throw it out. All right, and then speaking of illegals, did you know that 71% of illegals are sent to Republican districts?
I did know that.
I wonder what that's for. I wonder what that's for long term.
Yeah, great.
This is okay. Let's move on. The man wins the poker tournament. So a man entered a women's poker tournament, and here's a little video of them, kind of like being mean to him.
This is old. It's from a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, but it's worth pointing out.
He's the only guy in this ladies' event. He's already busted twice, so we love him for that. Thank you, Dave. Good luck. Not really.
70-year-old man named Dave defeats 82 women.
David Hughes participated in a $250 buy-in Ladies No Limit Hold'em tournament.
So he won the tournament.
He won the tournament.
It cost him 3 buy-ins, but he won the tournament, so he made money. He took all the ladies' money.
And then this also happened in a chess tournament. There's a guy who entered a women's chess tournament, and then he won the chess tournament, which is weird because I know why guys shouldn't UFC fight against girls.
I know why a guy shouldn't be on the swim team against, Riley Gaines. I know those things.
I know those things very easily. It just goes, yeah.
Duh.
But now
physical advantage.
I see this, and deep down, I know this thing too. I know why.
What?
Why the guy wins the chess tournament and then why the guy wins the poker tournament?
Why? Why does he?
Guy's smarter, girl's stupid. It's so like, have you ever really talked to a girl? They're not that good.
We got 4 pages of housekeeping and then this. Well, but no, hey, you lose me when it's, keep men out of women's spaces. It's a mental game. You kind of lose me a little bit. I'm not out there fighting with my pitchfork like I would be for a UFC or swimming.
But there is a broader point to be made, which is there a chance men are kind of better at everything?
The really, really smart ones. The top end of smart men. This guy is a random 70-year-old guy. It's not like he just outsmarted everybody. He probably got good cards. He probably played them pretty well. But I think it was definitely a softer field than a man's
But
tournament.
I think it's easier to like bluff a girl or trick a girl or steal a pot when you're playing against girls.
I mean, I disagree.
The answer is yeah.
There are some girl players who are better than this guy. This guy just ran good in a tournament after busting twice. So it's like...
Okay, the top third best poker players of girls and the top third best poker players for guys, the guys smoke the girls. Same with the soccer thing. This professional women's soccer team played against the amateurs and they lost 12-0.
They played against the old men from the England's team who were all retired and they got destroyed.
So it's kind of a thing. And it's written in the Bible. God to man, man to women, women to children. That's just the way it goes down. And then everyone thinks, the patriarchy, those societies, patriarchy, as if it was a coin flip. All right, men, you're in charge. Is that what happened?
I don't know. But also, I'm going to say there are more like 80 IQ men than there are 80 IQ women, right? There's more just total dummies in men and violent, So it's like we're not
saying that exactly. There's an evening out.
Yeah.
Where there is a downside where men aren't obviously the best in everything compared to women. But I think when it comes to like, if I was going to play poker against someone and trick them and bluff, I'd rather go against a girl.
You don't think girls are putting in the call on a big bluff?
Yeah, like the thought process of like, he's tricking me, he's lying. I think they're more like, my cards, they're not strong enough. I have 3 queens, he might have 3 aces. It's probably nothing. I'm gonna fold.
All right, that's fair.
I think it's easier to do that, and then a guy would be like, who fuck would I have? What does he have? Fuck, this guy doesn't have shit.
Yeah.
When a girl would be like, kind of like double thinking and insecure about their hand and like, I don't know, is a straight flush even that good? He might have a higher straight flush. I'm just going to fold.
Yeah.
I don't know. The guy would be like, what does he have, a straight flush? I'm going to fucking call it. That's how I think it plays out.
I don't know. I don't really agree with you that like this guy is particularly smarter than anyone, but it is funny that he ran it all the way up. So.
Mm-hmm. If you had like a guy and a girl run a bagel shop, next to each other.
Yeah.
Which bagel shop would make more money?
Well, you could be talking about a brain dead guy and a smart girl. The girls would do better. So I'm not really, I'm kind of nuanced.
You're kind of... Guys and girls are the same.
Well, you're making outlandish claims off the results of an 80-person poker tournament.
It's extrapolatable. You can grab the top right corner and drag, and it extrapolates. Let us know in the comments. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just did this as a bit to make all the girls mad. Girls, you're smart. You could beat us in poker. You're smarter than me. All right, let's move on. The Glizzy Gobbler. Now that you ruined the vibe.
Who's that?
Why you can't just agree? You can't just agree with me?
No, I absolutely can't. This is like a 72-year-old man. He's not even like a wizard. Like he's not even like a brainiac. He's just like laughing.
And he won against all the girls. He's not even a brainiac. You said it yourself.
All right.
Our not even a brainiacs still outperform 82 women poker players.
All right.
Glizzy Gobbler.
There's super high variance in a poker tournament.
All right, moving on. This is the last piece of the non-trans cringe section. So this is kind of like a thing, like a tip for summer, basically. There's a guy who tries to jump off the boat and catch the boat.
Yeah.
So let's just let that rip real quick. And then last week we talked about the guy who jumped off the boat and disappeared and died.
Mm-hmm.
But this guy jumps off. Immediately, the current's moving pretty quick. They're probably on like a little barge type of thing.
Yeah.
And he starts swimming after it. And this is like a nightmare. This feels like a nightmare to me, where you're just swimming, trying to catch the ladder, and it's just like just out of your reach. So that's nightmare scenario right there.
Yeah. It feels like a dream.
Yeah, it feels like a bad, bad dream. And that's not where you want to be. So this summer, I was thinking like it's the summer, everyone's excited and feeling good. Last year, we talked about how we shouldn't be jumping off of things, especially if people are filming. Don't jump off of stuff.
The more phones, the less likely you should jump.
Exactly.
Because that's a good sign that everyone's thinking something could go crazy wrong.
Exactly. And this next clip, a guy half pipe dropping in. Just go. Someone's filming. Just go. Broken tib fib. Just go.
You know what the just go person isn't going to be doing? They're not going to physical therapy.
Yeah.
They're not taking you to the hospital. They're not going for your surgery where you get 3 screws put in, your tib fib, because you shattered it.
You have surgery in 6 hours from now.
Yeah. Just go.
It's like, so this summer, we don't need to be dropping into any half pipes. Unless you're really good at it and do it all the time. If it's your first time dropping into a half pipe in the next few months, just walk away.
Just say no.
And then there's a last one. This is an old story from years ago, but it just hit the news. A guy with his buddies ate a slug as a joke, and then it fried his brain or something.
Yeah, this guy, in 2010, an Australian teenager named Sam Ballard was drinking with his friends when they saw a slug crawl across the floor. Sam's friends dared him to eat the slug, and after some debate, he decided it would be funny, so he did. A few days later, Sam became weak and complained of severe pain in his legs. After visiting the emergency room, doctors told him he had contracted a parasite known as rat lungworm from the slug. That sounds horrible.
Eat the slug.
Yeah.
You don't get rat lungworm. You don't even know what rat lungworm is.
Exactly. Soon after the diagnosis, Sam fell into a coma where he remained for 420 days. He woke up paralyzed, unable to eat, without a tube, or move without intense effort. He requires 24-hour care 7 days a week. He died 8 years later. And look at his face. He was a normal young kid, and then he turns into the fat face, paralyzed. Obviously, you can't be in any sort of physical shape.
So, guys, this summer is not the time to impress people, do something crazy, drink and try a new crazy stunt. No stunting this summer.
We're done. We're done with that kind of risk taking. So, calculated risks, sure. But no slug eating, no boat jumping, no tib-fib shattering.
Yeah, just go to your 28-year-old job and just sit there. And
start filming a TikTok and put your phone in the fridge so when you open it, it's a cool shot.
Yep, and then eat your little frozen pizza, flatbread, and train your dog. That's the life.
Yep.
No fun this summer. Okay, moving on. We're into 2 pages of trans cringe. We got to kind of move, but we're okay. The Macy's ad, let's start there.
Okay, let's see what Macy's up to. Are they joining the twink shit brigade?
I have a feeling if it's in the trans cringe section. The trans cringe section.
There have always been queer people who are pushing the boundaries, challenging the norm.
Fashion is important for the LGBTQ community and finding their identity because we don't choose the body that we're born into. We don't choose how other people perceive us. The only thing that we can really choose is how we present ourselves. So how we dress, how we style our hair, how we do our makeup, things like that. Fashion isn't just clothes. Fashion is the whole mug, babe.
That's good. They couldn't show one normal person.
They can't. They can't do it.
How do you short Macy's?
It's publicly traded.
Yeah?
Macy's. It's got to be. Yeah.
Hey, that is.
But nobody's mad yet. You got to get people mad.
Now's a good time to buy puts.
Yeah.
Before everyone figures out they should be mad.
Yeah, sure. A giant department store that constantly gets stolen from by illegal immigrants who get dropped off in New York. We should have been shorting that anyway.
Yeah.
So
basically in my head, it's any company that comes out and does the twink stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's they're publicly cursing themselves.
Yeah.
You come out in a public platform and you're like, yeah, this twink shit's right up our alley. It's so important. Yeah, the kids got to know about the twink stuff.
We partner with the Trevor Project.
Exactly. Your company's basically saying curse us.
Well, you're yelling to the world that our marketing department has no fucking clue what we're doing, you know?
Yeah.
So it's how can they do other stuff well if they're doing this so poorly, right?
It's like a canary in the coal mine.
Leading indicator for sure.
It's a leading indicator. It's you're so stupid you don't realize that being political or at least neutral is smart. Being political and picking the wrong side is dumb.
Yeah.
It's hey, should we mention those gay shit and show all these twinks? It's let's just be Macy's like we've been for 100 years.
Yeah, literally since 1914 or some dumb.
Let's just do Macy's. What about this guy in lipstick and this guy with fingernails and they're dancing around and the fat lesbian. It's
Yeah, Macy's founded in 1858.
Yeah, it's 200 years
old. Let's do
old.
the twink shit now.
So
let's push it while our stock's at an all-time low.
It's a leading indicator that maybe the inside of Macy's got the brain poison and they're compromised, and then they publicly curse themselves on the main stage. And it's that company will fail because they deserve to, because they won't go against what needs to be gone against.
Yeah, fair.
Also, a reminder: make sure you guys are buying your monkeypox calls.
Yeah, monkeypox. I think we're going to have an outbreak soon.
Yeah, it's monkeypox season. Mm-hmm. All right, the trans drag show. The tits weights guy with weights on his tits.
Oh. So this is Oregon State. Held a bizarre...
And he comes out with his tits out, and he has weights. He probably has some, hooks on his nipples. Now watch this. They think this is good. He hooks the weights to his tits. You hear that applause? That's like the applause like Trump gets when he comes into like the arena for UFC or something.
Yeah, and this is called the all ages drag show titled "Be Gay, Do Crime," and they're cheering for the weight titty, the titty weight.
And he goes like this, and they all go, "Whoa!" It's like, is that good content?
No, it's charity.
Yeah, it's charity, and they think that person's a pathetic loser, and they do something that's not even hard or crazy. It's just weird, and they go like, "Oh yeah, you're not retarded. This is good. This is so look how good you're doing." It's like so embarrassing. It's like such like a low level. It's like paint a picture, sing a song,
have talent,
have something. It's like you just hung weights off your tits. Guinness Book of World Record, maybe.
Yeah, they probably actually should. They'll probably get in next week.
Okay, moving on. The husband divorcing his husband.
Am I the a-hole for secretly filing for divorce from my husband because they transitioned? I am a 35-year-old man. I married my wife when I was 25 years old. We've had 9 beautiful years together, but then last year, my wife let me know that she was going to start going through transition. I was like, transition to what? Transition to a different job? Transition to a different state? What are we transitioning? Then she let me know that she has always felt like a man on the inside, and she wants it to reflect how she feels on the outside. So, for the rest of the story, I will refer to my wife as husband.
Pause it real quick. That's part of the problem. Yeah. So, for the rest of the story, I'll refer to my wife as husband, and it's like, yeah, that's why she's becoming the man of the house. Keep going.
But he was my wife. So, I'm going to be honest, for the first couple of months, it was pretty cool. It was pretty normal. I was like, okay, bet. You know what I'm saying? She stopped wearing the dresses and wearing her hair down, and she started wearing like a tomboy look. I ain't gonna cap. Pretty attracted to it. I was like, man, yeah, my husband looked good. You know what I'm saying? But then things kind of took a turn of the worse when she came back from the hospital with a vial. And I was like, what's in that vial? And she was like, I'm gonna start my testosterone treatment. And I was like, excuse me? She looks at me in my face and was like, yes, I am going to do full transition, top and bottom surgery. And I was like, top and bottom surgery?
Right? Yeah. We've got it. We know where it goes.
I was into it. What?
Caught you.
Yeah.
Absolutely caught you.
That's why she became a guy, because you're the girl.
Yeah. These people who try to be understanding for a little bit of it, it's like, no. There's an avalanche coming. It's not like, oh, yeah, I'll snowboard around it. No. There's a fucking earth-shattering different thing happening, and you're going to date a little boy. You're going to date Elliot.
Yeah, exactly. That was weird.
Yeah. That's the level of your... What do the notes say? That is weird.
That is weird.
Okay. All right, good.
All right, moving on.
4 pages of housekeeping.
Yeah.
Right? 4 pages.
Well, we have to move on.
All right.
The pride protester arrested, and the cop has a demon.
Yeah.
This is a quick clip, and this isn't going to be a harp on it clip.
This guy was doing Bible verses on the sidewalk while there was a pride event going, right?
And then let's watch the cop. As soon as you hear he says the word God, the cop like snaps and beelines to him and arrests him. So you can skip this part. You can go further in. He's giving him a warning, basically. This is public. He doesn't have a megaphone. He's just regular.
So you do you, and I'm going to do me. This is public property. You. God is not. That's it.
You hear that? The guy, as soon as he goes, God, he says God, the cop just like, it clicks in the cop's head, and then he beelines to him and arrests him.
Not good.
Yeah.
It's like, were you on public property? Because the cop can't fucking arrest you. And now it's like this guy, if he was on public property and was allowed to do that, it's like just some weird cop who like was snippy is going to cause you to lose, the city to lose like a $250,000 lawsuit over wrongful arrest or something. So it's like the cop just couldn't.
I think that cop had a demon.
You think so?
Because the cop the guy wasn't even doing anything that crazy, and then the protester says God, and the cop just goes, you're under. That's it. You're done. So the cop's got a demon. Doesn't like to hear the word God. Makes sense. All right, Senator Wiener with that other demon.
Yep. Let's see here. Totally normal.
Of Sister Roma and her work in the community, and I'm proud of California for standing strong to support LGBTQ people as our community is under assault in the rest of the country.
Sister Roma went on to say it's an incredible honor to have been nominated. She says being recognized not only means a lot to her, but the LGBTQ community at large.
And like everyone, you know, all the leftists and the progressives say like, oh, you can't label these people pedophiles. That's so messed up. Or they're not like, you know, what's the word where you're soft on pedophiles?
I don't know.
Like a pedophile apologist or whatever. And it's like that Senator Weiner guy literally passed laws that lower the punishment on people who did sex crimes against children.
Yeah. So he's like their hitter.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I'm happy to be here. And it's like, oh, yeah, you guys aren't predators. That guy literally lowers the punishment for people who do crimes against kids in a sexual way. Yeah.
He's our ally.
Yeah, he's the ally. And then this other girl thing, whatever.
Creature
has CP on her headdress.
Yeah.
Wonder what that stands for.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really oppressed. All right, moving on. The truck leather daddies.
When are we doing this one? Are you forgetting about that?
No.
Okay. Truck leather daddies? Okay.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Truck leather daddies. This is a good one.
Yeah, he's got the whip around his neck. The guy's ass is fully out. Look at this guy watching. It's a little too much. Watching a little too intently.
Yeah, so these are oppressed people.
That's WeHo. That's WeHo pride.
West Hollywood, these are oppressed people. The LGBTs are oppressed. They're having like a sex parade in public, and they're doing like sex acts on the back of a truck in a parade, in a permitted parade in public on the street. They're doing all these weird sex things. Also, this is a side note. Leather, these are like all those people who are doing like leather stuff.
Yeah.
Leather is a very good American product.
Yeah, and the twinks are trying to take it and make it theirs.
Yeah.
Leather daddy shit.
And it feels like Americans have kind of forfeited leather. And it's like we basically just taken leather and just forfeited to the gays who want to use it for their daddy boy BDSM, harness slave, master piss play, gimp suit shit, the flogging S&M dom top kind of stuff.
Yeah, just to name a few examples.
Or whatever, stuff like that or whatever.
Yeah.
And we just
I don't know what they're doing.
Or whatever they're up to. But we just completely forfeited leather, which is a huge shame because that's one of the best products that we ever invented here in America.
Absolutely.
Back in probably the 1970s or whatever.
1976, I think. Leather was invented.
All right, we have to kind of move. Okay, Glendale Armenians protest.
Yeah.
We're going to let this kind of just play in the background. I think everyone's seen the clips of the Armenians.
Yeah.
I love the Armenians.
Mhm.
Armenians are very good to me. They have always been very good to me. They're really, really good Christian people.
Yeah.
And deep down in my DNA, I have a connection to Armenians. I don't know what it is. I just feel it deep in my bones.
Okay. You're some sort of genetic. You're part Armenian or what?
I don't think I am, but I bet if I did a DNA test, I bet that would make sense.
You're that type of guy. All right.
Yeah. It's interesting, the situation, too, that the gays would go against the Armenians, thinking that, what are they going to, like, beat them up?
Yeah, I think the gays got over their skis where, yes, you're backed by the corporate world, you're backed by the current administration, all Democrats really, like, coddle you like a baby, school boards, everything like that. But, like, you went out on the street and tried to, like, body up with the Armenians.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a real winning strategy for a couple twinks, you know? Like, I'm getting ragdolled by an Armenian. Like, you kind of misjudged.
Like the twinks and then like the skinny neck Antifa. It's like the Armenians are going to fucking kill you.
Yeah, it's not really the time to fight.
So they needed the police there to enforce the homosexuality.
State-enforced homosexuality.
So they need the police to make sure everyone's doing the gay stuff because the gays can't do it and the Armenians kick their ass.
Yeah.
Which was great to see.
Uh-huh.
Really quick, we have a throwback to that. Is it a football player or a basketball player who got asked? This is like a really funny back and forth, but this is like years ago. There was a football player who got asked about the gay players on his team, and he kind of gave his answer. And then the next day, he had to retract his statement and give a politically correct answer that he clearly didn't write.
Yeah, so he says the funniest pride moments are when media ambushes a black athlete about gay people on his team, not thinking he actually says what he thinks, which is highly politically incorrect. Then a day later, he signs his name to a carefully worded statement a white woman wrote for him.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's perfect. It's a great point. And so this is like from 2013. This is an old quote, but he goes, "We ain't got no gay people on the team," Culliver told Lang. "They got to get up out of here if they do. Can't be with that sweet stuff. Nah, can't be. In the locker room, man." So like a normal guy, he doesn't want gay guys around the locker room when he's changing and showering and all that. And then the next day, "The derogatory comments I made yesterday were a reflection of thoughts in my head, but they are not how I feel," Culliver said in a statement released by the team. "It has taken me seeing them in print to realize that they are hurtful and ugly. Those discriminating feelings are not are truly not in my heart. Further, I apologize to those who I've hurt and offended, blah, blah, blah."
So some fat white bitch had to write that for him.
Some white woman PR lady is just like, "Okay, we're going to get you out of this, buddy. You cannot cross that community." So hilarious. You're basically, when you're doing pride stuff, you're basically silencing a black man. You're silencing a white man. You're silencing normal people to get this perfectly worded thing. So I thought that was well worded by Fisher King.
Exactly.
A white woman.
Yeah.
And
it's like,
let's just correct your work here really quick.
Upon further review of my comments, it's like,
what I said was not how although I was thinking it, it's not how I feel.
Yeah.
It's just like nonsense words, man. Just double down. Don't do anything. Ignore it.
Hey, another Arnold Palmer. There's no one else here. All right, the cops salute the trans flag.
Yeah, this is gay sheriff's
This actually
department.
made me like mad. So it's these cops in San Francisco.
The sheriff's department, San Francisco Sheriff's Department, raising flag at county jail.
And then they salute it.
Oh my God.
And they salute the flag.
They have gay patches.
These might be aliens.
Look at this little cop at the end, this little girl. I'll beat her up.
These could be aliens.
Try to arrest me.
It's like, don't you want to like grab him on the chest and be like, "Wake up, wake up. We need you.
Crime is at an all-time high. Wake up.
You haven't arrested anybody.
Yeah.
You're hanging up gay flags. Wake up. We need you so bad." And it makes me wonder, does everyone have a soul? Like, did these people, these cops that do this and don't say anything, do they have a soul? Do they get their soul sucked out already and now they do the bidding of the Legion of Demons?
Well, I think you're being a little extreme because there are a ton of people who just go through the motions on shit like this because they want to keep their pension. Like, I'm a 15-year veteran of this and I have 10 more years until my pension is fully in. What am I going to do? Rock the boat on gay shit? And it's like a lot of people are Chinese finger trapped,
Yeah.
Not a lot of people have quit their job or, gone on a path. So I'm not willing to condemn some of those guys. I mean, you can watch the video and you see who the leaders are. The butch lesbian lady who's really doing the salute like this. Like, she's leading it. So,
because if they were never assigned a soul, they could just be empty vessels that demons can just come into and then use to do the biddings.
Okay. No, I think they're normal people. And some of these guys, there are definitely people who work at this department who are Christian and they're just, their shields are being eroded.
How do you arrest a cop?
Yeah. FBI. You got to call the FBI, and then by then, the FBI, we already know what they're up to.
And they add you to a list for try to report it, so you can't arrest a cop. Okay. Yeah. We have to move on. The trans felt shame person.
Yeah, this is a great clip.
Friends, less fun video today than I would have hoped. I found out that Donald Trump used me and my gorgeous friend Dylan in his most recent advertisement, and I saw it. And I kind of fell apart. And I didn't want to tell you that because I didn't want to look weak. And I was like, oh my God, that's so stupid. I cry on the internet all the time. Like, why is today any different? Because it is different. Because it's personal and it's also different. Because I fear for the safety of our community, and I didn't want to share this either, but I think it's important. I felt shame about being trans, and I felt shame about being public, about my transness and being, bubbly. And
interesting.
I felt shame.
And it makes you wonder, what is the feeling of shame?
Yes.
Shame is like a deep down gut feeling that you can't help, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think it comes from you and your actions and what you're presenting to the public being so misaligned from the truth. from
Yes.
reality, from what should be, from what's natural, from the truth. Let's just call it the truth.
Shame at the end of the day is wrongdoing. You
Yes.
know, you're kind of like, why do you feel shame? Because you did something wrong or you did something bad.
Exactly. Like if I was in a basketball game and it was the last second of the game and I shot a 3-pointer to win the game and I missed, I wouldn't feel shame. I would be mad. I'd be disappointed. I wish it went in.
Angry.
But I wouldn't feel shame. But if that same scenario happened and I was out drinking the night before and partying all night and didn't get any sleep and then I shot the game-winning shot and missed, I would feel shame because I did something that was wrong.
Hurt your ability.
And it hurt my ability and it hurt my team and I let people down because I did something that was wrong that I knew was wrong. So that person feeling shame is almost like a clue.
It's like a gut check.
It's like a canary in the coal mine type of thing.
Yeah.
It's like a clue, like, hey, something's way off. We're not doing what we should be doing. And then if you feel shame, I think shame is obviously a bad thing, but it's a good sign that you know what the truth is.
Exactly.
So that person feeling shame is very telling.
Yeah. You need to pull that thread all the way to its conclusion. You know,
Yeah.
why are you feeling ashamed? And then I was thinking about this earlier and we talked about it off camera a little bit, but shame, I think there's two things, right? Shame is for you, right? Shame is personal. It's like, and then also you can be shamed by someone else, but it only works if you feel it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So shame. And then, so that's more on an individual level. And I was thinking about another trait or whatever you want to call it, disgust. And so I think the powers that be they want shame gone. So you could be gay, you could be a twink, you can promote it, you can promote a terrible lifestyle to kids, like an unhappy path where you can't have your own kids, you can't have a family, blah, blah, blah. But then there's also disgust, which is like more outside. It's more like societal, right? So when you see a tent with a bunch of trash everywhere on the side of the road and some street rat who's like this, like, looking for their next fentanyl thing, you need to be disgusted by that too.
Yeah.
So, and they need to have shame for it. And so the disgust is what makes society better because you get disgusted by that. And you say, oh, like there's untreated sewage right by the river. That's disgusting. I'm disgusted. And then you do something about it. You improve it, you know? You outlaw tents in Austin. You outlaw the, street rats just doing open needle air drug market shit. You need to be disgusted by that. So you need to have shame on a personal level if you're doing wrong, and you need to have disgust on a societal level.
That's a very good point.
So I think it's like kind of something you need. Like these feelings aren't comfortable, And the one thing that you've seen in places like San Francisco and Portland and these places that are going to shit is they've traded disgust for compassion. And they go Indiana Jones swip and they're like, no, you need to be compassionate, not disgusted. And there are some situations where like, oh, you got a thing growing on your face. Like the initial reaction is, I'm disgusted by you. But then we have like the human element where we think above that and go, well, he can't help it. That's just a guy. He's trying to do a normal job.
That's compassion.
He's a good guy. That's where you need compassion. You don't need compassion for choosing disgusting behavior. Like the fentanyl addict, the guy with the club foot. And he's like, I need to steal, I don't need compassion for those people. I need disgust. And a healthy disgust and healthy shame is great for the individual. Healthy disgust is great for society.
That's a great point. And I think, and adding to it, a lot of these situations with these trans people, they had some trauma from their past that they haven't dealt with. And instead of dealing with it and then like repairing yourself and then moving forward, they've gotten rid of that thing and said, oh, all these bad feelings I have, we need to normalize that.
Yeah.
And then you normalize it. And then when you normalize it, instead of feeling shame, you feel empowered or whatever. And then you normalize it and you don't actually deal with the problems and fix them. Instead, you're asking society to change everything so you can be accepted.
Exactly.
So then you normalize the guy in the dress. You normalize the trans kid. You normalize the street rat doing drugs in the open.
You normalize the...
Instead of dealing with it.
Exactly. You normalize the severely overweight woman in a two-piece bikini and going, yes, queen, you're
That's
beautiful.
good.
You're so
Yeah.
brave. Instead of being honestly repulsed by it, which is what is natural.
Exactly. All right, moving on. We're out of Cringe of the Week and we are into urban decay. School is out for the summer. And so are these kids' guns. Let's go to the kids shooting the random houses. I think it's in New Orleans.
Yeah, I actually did some research on this. This is not New Orleans. This got popular on a New Orleans Instagram account, but this is in Fort Worth. Shooting at houses. Nice suburb houses. 1 house, 2 house, 3 houses.
It's like it's like such a low IQ thing to do.
The person who does that should never be out again. And it's like, it's really that simple. It's like, whoa, you really showed us something there. That you're the opposite of what can go on in society. So like,
you're locked for a while.
Yeah, exactly.
And then there was a 4chan post about IQ and stuff like that kind of like made me think of this post.
Yeah, we've been talking about this. It's kind of been a theme recently how like we give people credit, right? We give people basically, we assume everybody's our same intellect, you know? You're a complex human, you have feelings, emotions, you think about things, you feel bad. But some people are so dumb that you can't even comprehend how dumb they are. So
it's like a mistake to think that everyone thinks like we think.
Yeah, and that some of these people are like base level, like borderline, like
RETARD.
Yeah, exactly. So it's the main reason why so many people with sub 90 IQ are sociopathic or psychopathic. They don't have the mental computing power to model other people's thoughts and feelings. I've seen it over and over with convicts. Example, like, how do you think that man felt when you beat him? Don't know. How do you think that boy's mother felt when she heard that her son was dead? Don't know. It comes across as psychopathic, but these people literally don't have the brain power to build even a crude model of someone else's mind, let alone populate it with events that are in the past.
Which makes sense. And that's like what that shooting into the suburbs looks like to me.
Exactly.
Oh, this will go viral. Oh, this is like hood credit. Oh, this is this is badass. I'm a savage.
Yeah.
And it's like there's someone in that house. There's children in the window. That's
what do you think
someone's
a little
bedroom.
kid felt, you know?
Yeah. When their house gets shot at, are they going to feel safe in their house ever again?
And it's like, I don't know. But and you think they're not thinking about it or something. You think they don't care and they're a psycho, but really they literally are not thinking. They cannot even think and create a whole thing.
Calling them a psycho is almost giving them too much credit.
Yeah, because it would imply that they have like thought about
Christian Bale, like you're a psycho.
Yeah.
Like,
well, it implies that they've thought about it and then still made the decision to go forward. When in reality, it's basically like nobody's even thinking. Nobody's home. The lights are on, but not a thought to be found. Basically.
Yep. All right, let's move on. The kids with the machine guns in Chicago.
Yeah,
this is just a similar thing.
And then these look like kids, you know. Turn around the house. Let's see who's here. Is it my ops?
Like ops is anyone who also has a gun who's against it. That's full auto.
Yeah, that's a Glock with a switch.
I can't have full auto.
Nope, but these street rats can.
They can. Let's move on.
90 IQ again. Like, yeah. And you know what? These type of kids where they're if you saw in the video, they're like kind of behind each other. They're the type to just shoot each other.
Yeah.
You know, they don't really know. They're not really good or skilled.
Exactly, where it's like 90 IQ. Like, oh, you're trying to shoot your ops. What if you miss? Who's behind your ops?
Yeah.
Who's in that building, in the car behind your ops? Full auto shooting and the bullets you miss. Where do those bullets go?
None of that checklist happens.
That's all I do is the checklist.
Yeah, exactly. And then
the whole life is the checklist.
And it's funny because some people are like neurotic and overthinkers, and it's like you're plagued with this thing. And then some people are just going through life like, I'm in a room right now. I'm here right now. Where are we going?
And then just like a...
There's nothing but the moment you're currently in.
And like a buzz in their head.
A low hum. Yeah.
Let's do the headache treatment. Louisiana headache treatment.
I can't even do this.
This is a bad one.
Kids got a headache. It's June, right? In New Orleans or LA, Louisiana somewhere.
And they think the bubbles coming up is the headache getting out. And they go, look at that, look at that. That's why your head's hurting. That's the headache coming out. And it's like you have the cure for the headache, but instead of drinking it, you poured it on the child's head.
It's likely a heat stroke headache, and the kid needs water and he's dehydrated. Yeah. So let's flip the mug and then watch these bubbles come out and assume that's some sort of demon out of his head.
Yeah, let's suck the headache out.
I don't know, man. So, hey, some people aren't even thinking. And you know what? I will say, like, I'm not even against, like, these kind of, like, old school where you don't really know how it works remedies, but it's worked since 1400. I saw one the other day, like, about you cut an onion up, and then you put the onion in honey, and then you let it sit for, like, days and soak, and then you take the onion out, and then you have that honey, and you can have a spoonful of it when you get sick, like a sore throat or something. And it's like, that I believe. The onion leaches some sort of antioxidants or some stuff that I don't really know about into the honey, and then the honey clears your throat too, and it's like a good combo.
Yeah, that rings true.
That type of stuff I can believe.
Yeah.
The headache bubbles or the headache.
That's
Come
him
on,
sucking the
guys.
headache out. There's too much air in his head.
Come on, guys.
All right, the guy who harasses the news crew with the needle. This is like this is it. This is what happens.
This is they're doing a street report on a murder.
In fact, he's right here. And we're just hoping that he doesn't actually stick us with this needle. What's up, man? What's in your hand? What's in your hand, bro?
What's in your hand, bro?
Yeah, you might want to keep that away from me.
Oh.
We got you on video. Yeah, so he's
he
got to
cares,
I don't know who's
Dan.
going
He
to stick
cares.
with it, but this is a dangerous place out here, as evidenced by what I just showed you, and I don't really want to turn my back on this guy. I don't know who he's going to go stick. Is he going to go stick somebody? There's the kids. There's all the children. So you got the guy with the needle in the gray hoodie, and you got the children walking past him from E3, the school. If that doesn't say it all, I don't know what does.
Yeah. So there he is.
They're investigating a murder, a broad daylight murder. That it's like, what's going on downtown? And then you see the street rat come by with his syringe. It's like, this is what's going on. Nobody stops anybody. Nobody
Yeah.
locks any criminals up.
Exactly. There's a graph of that. I don't know I can't say the word.
Recidivism?
Recidivism.
70 to 80% of violent crimes are recidivism after an earlier conviction for a violent crime. Almost 50% are a person's third violent conviction.
So it's like if you just locked him up after the first violent crime, it would probably get rid of all the
It would
crime.
reduce
by
more violent
80%.
crimes by half. Yeah. And that's only if you did it on the second. If you did it on the second and said, okay, you're locked away forever, you know, we don't have the will anymore. You know why? Because nobody's disgusted by it. We replaced it with compassion. Think about the prisoner.
Yeah.
Don't get disgusted on the guy who got hit with a tire iron in his head and was twitching on the ground like fucking the waiter at the end of The Sopranos. You know?
Yeah,
Or they
yeah.
didn't leave him a tip. Don't think about him. Have compassion for the criminal. Don't have disgust for the crime. You know?
Yeah.
So that's a kind
And
of
that's
a
why
broad
they
theme.
have now crack pipe vending machines in New York City.
Yeah, so here's a new one, crack. And you know what? It's funny because there's been these type of vending machines around, but it's usually Narcan, right? It's Narcan to bring you back to life after you overdose on fentanyl,
They should
smuggled
stop
across the
doing
border.
that. They should stop doing that.
Well, is that who really needs to be saved? The fentanyled out guys? You know, I get it if you're, you know, there's actually a lot
There's
of people
layers
affected.
to it.
Yeah,
there's layers to it.
But now it's not only Narcan, it's the crack smoking kit. NYC safe
It has a
smoking
crack
kit.
pipe.
Heavy stem, the pipe, mouthpiece, pusher, 6 screens, chore filter, and lip balm, so you can keep your lips.
Yeah. 6 screens too,
loosened up.
so you can get fresh hits.
Yeah.
That's actually nice.
They're really fucking bump setting spiking you crackheads out there.
We don't know how to stop them, but here's all the tools
Here's how to do
smoke
it.
crack. Here's how you do it. We don't know what the problem is. We don't know why everyone's doing this. Guys, the crack pipes are for free, and they're in the vending machine right there.
And then you wonder why there's some street rat who's threatening to stick you with a dirty needle out in
Yeah.
San Diego. It's like, shocker. I don't know.
Why won't they arrest this guy? Oh, by the way, everyone who gets arrested gets let go and they do more crimes. Why are there so many crimes?
Yeah.
Let's play that clip about Dubai. The guy who puts his Rolls Royce key on his car and goes and works out.
Safe Dubai is. I got the keys of a Rolls Royce Cullinan. Put it right here beside the Spirit of Ecstasy, and I'll go to the gym.
So we gotta get that music out for copyright reasons. We won't play that.
Right now. Oh, the car is still there. Look at this.
He comes out hours later when it's dark out, and the car still has the keys on it. And that's what they do in Dubai.
Man. MashaAllah, Dubai. Best.
And that's because if someone stole the car, they get arrested and they'd be smashing rocks in the heat somewhere. They get their arms cut off or something.
No, it's literally, I looked it up. It's literally a 20-year sentence. So you want to take that car, you're going to get caught, and it's 20 years.
Yeah.
And then for us, it's like, well, you know, we'll plead you down to time served and some nonsense.
Yeah, you'll be out and
it won't even count against your next violent crime. We won't even
Yeah.
use it against you next time. So
You'll be out within 20, not even 24 hours.
Yep.
So Dubai's kind of kicking our ass, and the Middle East is kind of like kicking America's ass based-wise. Like they're not letting the kids get trans. They don't have crime like we have crime. It's like
they haven't lost the will to fight yet. You
yeah,
know?
exactly. The men just do what needs to be done.
Yeah.
Everyone here is just soft and went bad. I think those types are good people to partner with.
For sure.
Like we
For
can
sure.
kind of imagine using that as a proxy. Like the Muslims in America aren't going to want their kids to be taught LGBT stuff.
For sure.
So it's like we use them as a proxy where it's like, all right, go push back on this really hard. And then, because white people can't.
Yeah. But I don't want them here anyway, you know?
Yeah, it's a catch-22.
So,
because then once they save us, then it's theirs.
I would much rather live in a white Christian nation who actually has the wherewithal. You know what I mean? Who actually has, and obviously that's kind of without saying, you know?
Of course. It's like, but we just kind of lost that.
Yeah.
I don't know where everyone went or what happened.
Women. It's
Yeah.
like women and then like guys who want to like earn their favor. And it's like, no, be compassionate towards the criminal.
Yeah. And
Take
then
the
everyone
tire
watches
iron.
too much pornography.
Yeah.
And then it makes their brain soft. And they're like, I don't want to cause any problems. Just whatever you think.
I
is
don't want to rock
best.
the boat.
Oh, I just
Let the criminal out.
yeah, exactly. That's literally what it is, I think. All right. That is it for Urban Decay.
Yep.
Which is fine.
Cool.
We are moving on to Uplifting Gold.
Cool.
And we're good. Golfer breaks the... We're going to go fast to Uplifting Gold, but we always do, and that's just how it is. Golfer breaks the window on the first hole of the clubhouse. This is you golfing.
Ooh.
Straight to it. Oh, man.
That's the first hole, too. It's like you just paid $80 to do the round, and you're like, okay, $380 to fix the window.
Yeah.
Goodbye. Nice life.
And you're like, oh, I'm a normal golfer. I can be on this course,
Yeah.
and I'm going to have a normal round. I'm a real golfer. Smash the window of the clubhouse. Worst shot you could do. All right, mom hits the kid with the belt for taking her car to Cars and Coffee.
I just found it.
Call ended.
Pull over now!
I had a mom like I
love
mom
a good
like
angry
this,
mom,
you know,
yeah.
not mad at me anymore, but I haven't had an angry mom in high school.
Taking mom's BMW to the Cars and Coffee, I guess.
Yeah.
Which I don't even know what goes on there. Don't people just park and like walk around?
Yeah, I think like you made me race a little bit.
She's hitting him with a belt
on the highway. What did you get hit with growing up? Anything?
No, nothing. I
got
got
hit-
spanked when I was a little kid. That's
I got
it.
hit with a wooden spoon. That was mine. Wooden spoon, and then one time the phone broke. And I had a bruise on my leg of the phone, the shape of the phone.
Nice.
But I turned out great.
Nice. Yeah, you turned out great.
All right. Drink from the hose clip.
This dad is teaching his kids how to be 90s kids.
This is 90s baby training.
Baby training?
90s baby training. You drink from the side, water, hose. Put your lips on it, drink some water. Drink the water.
He's not even good at
Put
it.
your lips on it. There you go, drink the water. Your turn. Don't be scared. This
Wow.
time with Chris.
We really had it good.
Turn your face sideways.
We really had it good. Our generation is the last that had it like both ways.
Yeah.
And we really had it good.
Yeah, growing up in the 90s was a very great time.
I think
basically,
the best.
maybe the last good time.
Yeah.
When you didn't have cell phones, you didn't have anything like that.
It really was.
All right, where
Kid
to?
falls at graduation for fun.
For you to trip down the stairs once you graduate? Honestly, I'm thinking like $3.
That's a good American pastime right there.
Fully eating it just for the bit.
Causing a scene for a few bucks. That's Americana. I used to do that in high school with people. Make like a disgusting concoction of like Sprite, milk, ketchup, mustard, meat, and be like, drink this for $10.
Classic.
And kids would do it. All right, cocaine is fun. This is good.
What does it say?
Connection is fun.
Connection is fun. That's it. That's what that says.
That's pretty good. There's a mimetic Sisyphus tweet that was really good. That was uplifting, but also he's like one of our favorite accounts. He's our friend now.
No, I thought this was a brilliant take because you need both. You need yin and yang, right?
Exactly. So I'll read it. A 4-year-old is what? I'm sorry, let me do it again. A 4-year-old is being walked by his parents and he craps his pants. The dad yells, "Why didn't you tell us you needed to go to the bathroom? You've made a mess." The mom says, "It's okay, honey. Let's get cleaned up." Both of these are needed. Can you keep going? I can't read it from here.
Both of these are needed to raise a normal kid. You need to avoid shitting yourself, but sometimes shit happens. I feel like every modern parenting technique is focused on the mom's response without realizing the dad's is also necessary.
That's so true.
Dad, somebody's got to hold them accountable. You
shit your pants?
You shit your pants? It shouldn't be like, oh, you're a baby. You should feel that. And that goes back to the shame. You need to be a little shameful when you shit your pants. You need to know it's a mistake. Internalize that. Personal responsibility. I agree.
That's huge.
You sent me that screenshot, and I was like, damn, I was going to send you that screenshot because that's a good point from our boy.
Love mimetic Sisyphus. Follow him on Twitter.
He's a new dad, too, I think.
Yeah, congratulations.
So, I know.
Yeah, golf ball guy. We'll end it on this.
All right.
This is our last clip.
Here's something you'd like to see. One of the world's largest collections, the NFL, of unique golf balls. Now, these are all Super Bowl balls. I've got every automobile manufacturer. 460 crates stacked floor to ceiling. Volkswagen, Lexus, Mercedes-Benz. 70,000 golf balls. Honda. Not two alike. My wife always knew where I was at. Not once in his life has he paid for a golf ball. This is a ball out of the 20s. Paying would be cheating. This ball here is an Eagle Reach, 1917, this ball. Just one extended break for RJ's military service, though in recent years, the searching here's a ball has also paused for breaks on the third hole. You always hope you go first, but it don't always work that way. She died first.
Isn't that nice? Old man has a hobby. He's not transgender because he's busy.
His partner.
You know what?
He's got something to do. He can't be trans.
Can we talk about this a little bit? Are we in a rush?
Yeah, of course. We're not in a rush.
Because I saw some old, it was either a tweet or a 4chan post that really resonated with me. And it was about like a guy like this, getting into some weird hobby, right? And he's a golf ball expert. He probably knows history. He's been doing it for 60 years. So he's an expert. And is it that valuable? I don't know. But if somebody had a question, he's the guy, And the post that I'm referencing was basically like something along the lines of like in the 1850s, the semi-autistic weird guy would document every single butterfly in his area.
Mm-hmm.
He'd go through, he'd draw sketches, he'd know all the habits, he'd learn things, and he'd probably make like almost a scientific breakthrough. Like I was the first to observe butterflies doing X, Y, Z, right? And then now it's like all those guys just play video games. All those guys play Minecraft, or all those guys are funneled toward like certain hobbies and things.
That just sucks that passion out.
Exactly. And it's nice to be a little weird, It's nice to have a hobby that is almost one of one unique,
That's so true. Back in the day, it's like, oh, I have all these salamanders.
Exactly.
And I have them in jars, and this one's got this one's poisonous, this one has red and black, this one's got orange and black.
This is my rarest one. This one was from the south of England.
He had something to do.
Yeah.
And now everyone has so much to do that they do nothing, and then they put it all into video games. And that sucks up that ingenuity, that man brain of like documenting and categorizing,
or learning,
and analyzing,
being passionate about something. Yeah. So, I mean, that was just my thought there. Like, good for the golf ball guy.
Yeah.
You didn't waste your time doing something stupid. Well, one could make the argument. To be completely honest, one could make the argument. But he's passionate about it. He likes it, and he's got to be an expert. So
I like that guy. Yeah. And that's what life's about. That's Americana. All right. Well, that's the end of the episode. Unless you have anything you want to add.
We have the business shout out.
We have a business shout out. Guys, every week we've done a business shout out. We did the pizza place. We did the roofing company. We did the cutting board. You guys have been great. You've given them tons of reviews. It's kind of like the Fleccas Army is just like going in and like propping these businesses up, and it goes such a long way. We have one today for the Bangerter Ranch. My friend Eli Bangerter, friend of the show, friend in real life. I know his whole family. They're the best people. They've been so good to me. They actually booked me for my first college speech ever at his sister's school. So that was cool. That was like 5 years ago. They have a ranch that needs Google reviews. They are fully following the show. They know all the show lore. They know about Rob and ceviche and tennis.
Against their will.
Maybe don't say that you played tennis. I don't think there's a tennis court on the ranch. But they know all the lore. Leave them some good Google reviews, 5 stars. Leave a nice comment. Don't make it a monkey paw thing. Don't make it a full monkey paw thing where, you know, you ruin the review and it's clearly fake.
They have is this what it's called? Oh, no.
That might be a different one.
Okay.
But we have it linked in the description. So you guys click there and then leave good reviews. They named one of their horses Fleccas.
This is it. Eagle Mountain Ranch. It's Bangor Ranch, Eagle Mountain Ranch, right?
Yep. And they named one of their horses Fleccas.
And they have 19 Google reviews right now.
19.
So we can cook these numbers, guys.
Let's cook the books.
But don't monkey paw it. Don't say Rob Ceviche Tennis. Please make it something like a horse. Yeah, a little bit. But please make it like, oh, they were great. The horses, they were
beautiful. The cabins are great. Everything was clean. Loved it.
Yeah.
Great experience. Family fun. They named one of the horses Fleccas. I think one of the horses Richard Rapoy as well. So we're going to let that video play as our outro of the horses they named Fleccas and Richard Rapoy. We love the Bangers. We hope this helps. Let's go leave a bunch of reviews. Links are in the description.
And it's a beautiful ranch.
It is a beautiful ranch.
Sorry to interrupt.
They deserve it.
It's like crazy. I'm looking at it right now. When are we going?
Nice. We probably could go. I know. We really could. So they're the best. Let's help them out. They've been so good to me, not just as people in my DMs, like real people in my real life. They've been so good to me. Let's take care of them and leave some good Google reviews. Tell them Fleccas sent you. Another Fleccas Talks in the books. Thank you guys for watching. Like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. FleccasMerch.com for the best merch in the game. FleccasTalks.com for bonus land. 30-minute bonus land show continues on FleccasTalks.com on our brand new own platform.
We're going to be talking
a lot
about
of things to talk about.
Knife attack. We're going to be talking about the knife attack. Mizzy is back to his. He apologized, but he's back to his old shit. We're going to talk about some low IQ 14-year-old type shit too.
Yep.
Some shit we probably don't want to talk about on YouTube. So
a pervert got caught taking pics of a lady's butt at the store.
We might be on his side though.
Who knows what we're going to do? Dolphin drew some bad symbols. Leah Thomas got a surgery. Jail might be fun. We have some clips from people in jail and it looks kind of fun. We have a lot of good stuff going on in Bonus Land today, and that drops right now on FleccasTalks.com, our brand new platform that's getting us off of Patreon. So support us, FleccasTalks.com, sign up. Bonus Land dropping now. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you at the next one.